Coast region on how to save the most endangered species in conservancies, parks and marine life, which are Kenya's heritage and important for future generations. Hezron Kimari now reports from Malindi.
Stakeholders from Tana River County and also in Coast region are coming together, converging here in Malindi currently to see how maybe possibly they will be going to rescue some of the most endangered species which are currently facing some extinction. And we'll be getting an opportunity to hear some of the sentiments by the stakeholders, including government officials, KWS and also other conservationists.
There is issue of overgrazing, which is in Tana River. So with all conservation stakeholders, we are here coming together to put strategies. KWS is conducting security patrols. We are there to do education and awareness to the communities and also school programs. Because we've seen with locals, knowing importance of this ecosystem, it's when we can conserve better.
Which is heritage to us. For the present and future generations, we must join hands and partner in conservation to address the enemies. Prioritization of sensitive ecosystems characterized by high levels of threatened species and endemism, such as the lower Tana River ecosystem, is fundamental. Therefore, with limited resources to invest in conservation from both our government, NGOs, external donors, we must prioritize prudent use of resources.
So if we look at Tana, it is an important bird area. It is a key biodiversity area. It is a Ramsar site. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It contains a national reserve. It is probably, possibly, we can debate it, the most important and vulnerable ecosystem in Kenya. And yet, and despite some fantastic work that many of you have been involved in, there are still big problems. The habitat continues to diminish, species numbers continue to fall. Why? So we wanted to bring you all together as the experts to discuss why battles are being won but the war is not being won. What can we do perhaps differently? What can we change?
If you just look at what's happening, particularly in East Africa, you're having a massive population growth. The numbers on the coast are just increasing and they're still reliant on the same marine resources that they have been for generations. And if you continue with this destructive behavior, it's really going to be those coastal communities who are suffering the most and are in I would say, the weakest position to actually address the situation. Not necessarily address the situation, but these coastal communities are really the most vulnerable. They normally tend to have not many other opportunities and options. They're so dependent on the marine resource for their survival, for their culture, for many really important aspects of their life, and it's not on a good trajectory. So we need to turn it around. The only way to do that is really bring everybody together, improve some of the behaviors happening on the ground, especially around destructive fishing.
Well, as you've heard from the conservation stakeholders from this region, they are now saying through the coming together, joining the efforts, they're hoping that they'll be able to save some of the lives of most endangered species within the region. Reporting for KTN News from Malindi, I'm Hezron